What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another LiveWire Sports Media. And today we got to dive into some more Indiana Fever talk. And this one is about the Olympics. All right. So we've been on the Olympics snub of Caitlin Clark for the last few days since the weekend. And there has been a lot of stories been coming out. And the thing about it is that a lot of people is upset because she hasn't making the Olympic team. She got snubbed. Now, there are some rumors that came out today, and I revealed something. But Jennifer Rizzotti, who is the president of the Kinetic Sun, and she's on the Team USA selection committee, and she responded about not having Caitlin Clark on there. And it went like this. It wasn't the job of the committee to decide how many people will watch. It's our job to create the best team. She also said that basically taking the only angle that makes a silver lining law since 1992, they could possibly put 5 of their expect 12 best out there and still end up winning gold. So not only that, Caitlin is not on there, but whatever her name is, she leads the league in scoring right now. But you got to think about this. Diana Taurasi, Breanna Stewart, they was the only, and I think it's one more, Candace Parker. They was the only rookies that got onto Olympics. And then the thing about it, when Candace Parker, Breanna Stewart got on over Candace Parker one time, and Gino from UConn, he actually was the coach of the Olympics squad at that time. And there was a lot of controversy under that because people felt like he was catering to his UConn. And you can see it. He's very biased when it comes to his UConn players in the league. And that's why when he sided with Caitlin a week ago and then came back and changed his story, because I'm sure Diana Taurasi, Breanna Stewart, all of them. And you could tell, even when these women talk about Caitlin, they try to be political correct, but you could tell it's like, oh man, they don't like Breanna Stewart. She talks a little bit. She kind of give a little bit more credit, trying to say, hey, Caitlin is a good player. Diana Taurasi doesn't say that too much. She doesn't give Caitlin any inkling, because you got to think, Diana Taurasi been in the league for almost 20 years. She feels like she's the best. For you to get on her level, you got to prove yourself to her. That's how she feels. You know what I'm saying? Angel Wilson, she's still young in the league. She's only been in the league, few years. But you could tell her attitude towards Caitlin, she kind of like blows it off. But anyway, with Jennifer Rizzotti saying that about Caitlin and stuff like that, and then they say, well, she's on the top of the alternative list. That does not mean if somebody get hurt, they're going to pick her from that list. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no way in hell they going to pick her. Simple as that. But Caitlin gave her, her answer. She said she's going to support them or whatever the case may be. Now, there was Brianna Jones. He used to work for ESPN. He came out and said that there could be a way that NBC hires her, similar like Draymond Green was with TNT. Come on when he, like when his team ain't playing, do some commentary. Draymond Green got his own podcast. So saying that NBC could hire Caitlin as a part-time analyst for the Olympics while the Olympics going on. Now, how would that bowl over with everybody in the league and be like, dang, she can't be on the team, but they hire her as an analyst, and now she's still getting attention, taking attention away from us. And they are really, really be pissed off at her. But it's up to Caitlin if she wants to take it or not. Because the fact of the matter is that I don't see any reason why she shouldn't. Now, before I get into these videos, I want to pull up something that I came across last night while I was at work, and it said, and this came from USA Today, because Christine Brennan on X, shout out to Christine. She said that this is the top of the USA Today Sports app right now. None of these is mine, by the way. She also said, Caitlin Clark is bigger now than she has ever been. This could be a harbinger of what's await the United States women's basketball team in Paris. So I didn't read the article, but it says Caitlin Clark didn't have time to make a case to the Olympic Committee. The evaluation process for a U.S. Olympic team lasts 3 years, and Caitlin was an hour and out of the picture for most of the time. So my thing is this: if the evaluation process lasts for 3 years, right, and Caitlin was an hour, how was she out of the picture? Because the last 3 years she was in the Final Four. She was in the NCAA tournament. So therefore, you could have find some way to do that. And then it said the U.S. basketball chair explains why Clark didn't make the roster. So my thing is this here: they could have picked her, and people keep saying, this is where the conversation continues to get annoying with me, is that people sit here and say, well, she's not better than the 12 people that's on the team. Well, I mean, there's 12 more people that's in the league, probably better than the 12 that you got. First of all, Brittany Griner, Brian Griner, whatever the name is, was injured. Ain't played about 2 games so far. The Alicia Gray girl, been injured, still injured, whatever the case may be. She hasn't played yet. So how you give 2 spots to people that really hasn't put any time in, regardless of what she might not win the national championship, but she's been to the title game twice. My thing, the 2 biggest people in the WNBA right now, and why she hasn't been offered. I mean, I haven't heard anything. Angel Reese came out and said anything, but I want y'all to snide dig that she took.
Our USA Today sports columnist Christine Brennan broke the news of a potential Olympic roster, and I know it didn't include Caitlin, and I'm obviously very much understand that the roster is not official yet. But as a 20-year vet, someone who many considered to be the voice of women's basketball, what have you thought about the reaction to that news, and do you also feel like it's justified?
Yeah, I mean, the roster's not out, so the one thing I can say is it's always a hard team to make, no matter what.
Right.
You go down the line the last 20 years, and USA basketball is special. A lot of people sacrifice a lot of their time throughout the year in camps, and in the junior basketball system. So when the team's announced, obviously, I'll probably have more to say, but so then we'll have to wait.
Yeah, because you were young yourself, and tell me if I'm wrong. Weren't you named to the roster as soon as you graduated, right? You were young.
Yeah. After I won 3 national championships in a row, I was named.
Jeez. So how did you deal with that? I mean, I know Caitlin's on she's got all this media attention. I can only imagine how hard it is balancing all that as a 22-year-old. So how did you handle it? And also, do you have any advice for her moving forward, how to handle it?
Yeah, I mean, like anything, I was the youngest on that team by far. I had just amazing veterans that just took me under their wing and really showed me the ropes. When I talk about Lisa and Cheryl and Dawn and Tina, I mean, talk about the Mount Rushmore of basketball. I was right there watching their every move, the way they prepared, how serious they took it. And not only that, I had to learn the ropes too. I had to make sure I knew what place I was in, and how I could help the team in any possible way. And like I said before, the game of basketball is all about evolving. It's all about getting comfortable with your surroundings. And, college basketball is much different than the WNBA than it is for overseas. Each one almost is like a different dance you have to learn. And once you learn the steps and the rhythm, and you have a skill set that is superior than everyone else, everything will fall in place.
All right. You hear that from Diana Taurasi. And you heard what the lady said that, hey, you was 22 at that time when you joined. And she said, yeah, I won 3 national championships. Trying to take a slight and say, well, Caitlin hasn't won any championships in the game. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Half of the Olympic people that was drafted #1, they won titles. But she still is the NCAA leading, several records in there. So her accolades is just as good as winning a national championship. She went to the dance twice. She 1 year, South Carolina the next. That's how it is. But Diana Taurasi, you could tell she does not. She don't have anything nice to say about Caitlin at all. And even if she did, even if she was lying, she wouldn't even do it. Because the fact of the matter is, she pinpointed something that's key. She said when she went, she had veteran leadership there to show her the ropes. Aren't you a veteran? This is your 6th time. So why you couldn't advocate and say, well, hey, I would like for her to come. I would like to mentor her. You a veteran. You don't want national titles. You don't want championships in the league. And you couldn't take a young person like herself, because somebody told me, I was listening to somebody and they say that Diana Taurasi is probably jealous of Caitlin because maybe Caitlin reminds her of herself when she was young. Diana Taurasi could be a dirty player. She's very trash talky. She handles her business differently from these ladies. Half of these ladies in the league are part of the L Club. You know what I'm saying? It's a clique. It's a form of community clique that's in there. And if you're not that part of that clique, you already see what happened to Diana Hamby. You already seen what's saying. Caitlin Clark is a different breed. And the thing about it is, Caitlin doesn't. She's about her business. She's not about all of that friendly this and that. She only has selected friends. Like Kay Martin, her friend, Cameron Brink, her friend. She associated with Angel Reese here and there, but they ain't friends. Now, you heard what Diana Taurasi had to say. Now listen to what Breanna Stewart had
first season in the league. A lot of people are questioning why also star rookie Caitlin Clark is not on this roster. What do you make of all of this?
I mean, Caitlin is a great player, and I think the way that she's kind of came into this league, she's continuing to hold her own and show everyone what she can do. I think that, I'm excited to go alongside these 12, but know that Caitlin is going to have a bright future with USA Basketball. And I think, the points that she made, she's even more motivated, more hungry, and just knowing that her time is going to come.
Okay, removing Team USA from that factor, what do you make of Caitlin's first month in the WNBA?
Yeah, I mean, her first month in W, obviously, aside from the numbers, the viewership, the attendance, the way that she plays the game, she's ultra competitive, her ability to really stretch the floor and find her teammates. Obviously, there is a learning curve, and you know that as well when you come to the W, so she's trying to figure that out. But, she has these games where it's like you have to guard her wherever she is.
That is true, but that's the same for you, Stewie.
I'm gonna replay that so y'all can get
first season in the league. A lot of people are questioning why also star rookie Caitlin Clark is not on this roster. What do you make of all of this?
I mean, Caitlin is a great player, and I think the way that she's kind of came into this league, she's continuing to hold her own and show everyone what she can do. I think that, I'm excited to go alongside these 12, but know that Caitlin is going to have a bright future with USA Basketball. And I think, the points that she made, she's even more motivated, more hungry, and just knowing that her time is going to come.
Okay, removing Team USA from that factor, what do you make of Caitlin's first month in the WNBA?
Yeah, I mean, her first month in W, obviously, aside from the numbers, the viewership, the attendance, the way that she plays the game, she's ultra competitive, her ability to really stretch the floor and find her teammates. Obviously, there is a learning curve, and you know that as well when you come to the W, so she's trying to figure that out. But she has these games where it's like you have to guard her wherever she is.
That is true, but that's the same for you, Stewie.
Now, her take on Caitlin was totally different from what Diana Taurasi had to say. She said, hey, Caitlin is a hell of a player. Something that a lot of people don't give her credit for. That Breanna Stewart said she could make passes, but you have to be aware of her everywhere she is on the floor. That's the difference between, even if you don't like a person, but you still a greatness, you know what I'm saying, or what kind of great person they is, even though you don't have to agree with them or like that person. But it pains Diana Taurasi to give anybody any kind of credit, because guess what? She was 22 when she came in the league, and but they took her under her wing. This is why I say this league is they don't help their own. They help who they. So, and I'm just saying it to a fact. I'm just saying it to be not trying to be so much political correct, but it's just what it is. Nevertheless, even if Caitlin was to take that commentary job with NBC, trust me, have her to critique their games, oh my God, they will be livid. But anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think about this and everything. Should Caitlin take the time off for the month, or should she fly for a week or two in Paris and cover the WNBA? I mean, cover the USA women's team. Maybe she could do it for a week. Who knows? They're gonna be off for a month. She could probably do it for 2 weeks, come back and work out and do what she need to do, rest. So who knows? Because at that time they will be in the All-Star break. So they'll be in the All-Star break first before they go to Paris. So she could skip the All-Star break too. But who knows? But I'm sure they're not gonna vote her as an All-Star. Well, that's gonna be another situation too. But anyway, continue to like, comment, subscribe. I have another video later today for y'all with her, Caitlin's coach, Lisa Bruder, where she had to say about some things, and Caitlin did something for the community. I'm sure y'all gonna like this. But until then, LiveWire Sports Media, Wnba Media, we out.